NHL Nightly with your host, the sports, a.k.a. Pierre Lebowski, a.k.a. Jeremiah Maxwell. And with him, as always, maybe Pearlo, Wisdom, and Rico and Barry.
Whoops. I forgot I dropped us because the delay in the intro. Ottawa is spanking the Ducks. So, Mike, I'm sorry I didn't get your bet out there, but Ducks plus 1.5, Sabres plus 1.5. Sabres plus 1.5 works out for you. Ducks plus 1.5 doesn't work out for you. You need the Ducks plus 5.5 on this one. The Ducks are losing 5-0. I'll bring it up too, but we'll talk about it here. How you doing, everybody? This is NHL Nightly. I'm your host, Jeremiah Maxwell, aka the Sports Beard. With me, as always, maybe is Pearlo Wisdom. Steve Duncan. What's up, Steve? How's everything going on in Fort Wayne, Indiana?
You said it gets cold here sometimes. It's going to be a cold one tomorrow. 55-degree winds and about 23 Fahrenheit. So
yeah, I told you, dude. I told you, man.
But then the next day after that, it goes up, and then it's like up to like 50, 55.
Yeah.
It's all over the map.
Not going to be like an Edmonton winter anymore. You're not going to have to live with those.
It's all over the map here. Like you have 2 cold days, and it's warm, and it's all right. I'll take the warm days.
Yeah, you don't have 4 more months of winter. That's for sure. Which is good. Yes.
Ottawa showed up today against Anaheim. That's good.
Yeah, I mean that's a team they absolutely have to beat. There's no question about it. So, just some quick show news, real quick. There will not be the normal show Friday. I'm going to have a special show. I'm going to be doing an interview, so that will be the show. There's only one NHL game, so we're obviously going to preview all of Thursday's games. We'll have a show Thursday. There's a ton of games on Thursday, but there will not be a normal NHL Nightly show Friday. It'll just be me and the person I'm interviewing, and that person will be, as soon as I get the time in, I will let you guys know tomorrow. But it's a writer for the Hockey News, Sammy Sliber. If I said it wrong, I will get it correct on Friday. But I've been trying to have her on for a while. She was the only person last season to write about Ovechkin's stick stuff. But she covers the Washington Capitals, so it'll be a little bit of a Washington Capitals heavy show anyway. And I don't know when the time will be, so just be looking for that interview. Tomorrow will be our show's official last show of the week.
Ooh, Rico.
So yeah, here's Rico. Did you hit any goal scoring props, Rico? I wasn't paying that close attention.
I don't think I did. Yeah. I watched most of the game, but then there was a couple goals at the end of that Rangers game, but I think it was Riley Smith
scored, so
yeah.
Let's see who got that one. I'll get over there.
Holy 5-1. Krieger, Batherson, Kachuk. Oh, Cutter Gauthier. You know what's funny? Pierre McGuire on the eye test, the Sick podcast said, watch out, Cutter Gautier's coming, man. He's going to start going on a bit of a run here.
Yeah. I hope Pierre McGuire burns in hell. So fuck that guy. Anyway, I will never like him ever. Sorry,
I know. Yeah.
Just watching him shit on the Capitals for years and years on NBC Sports was not one of my favorite things. So.
Oh, I don't listen to him that closely and pay attention to what he says unless something's smart. This fucking Cutter Gauthier kid's gonna be awesome. But yeah, I shouldn't give Pierre McGuire credit for anything. Piece of shit. Bag of dicks.
No, I mean if he said it, you gotta give credit.
Dude, did you watch the fucking Pat McAfee show? He had Biz on today.
Yes, I did watch. This Biz story is next level. I hope they come down on these guys. Not so much for what they did to Biz. Those guys deserve to get jail time for that. But what they did to all these people, they're scam artists. I'm getting audio from somebody in the back. I'm getting some audio from somebody. Okay, it's not you, Steve. It's Rico. He's got people over. He's got family. He's got a party going on, and he's humoring us. So. Well, Rico, you got room in your house for a studio, man. Let's get it done, man. Now that you're back working, we just need a little dedicated room for your little hockey stuff. Okay. We're going to get into the games for tomorrow because we have so many of them. We don't have a ton of. That's why we started the show early tonight. I know it gets confusing, but when we run the show ourselves, we can do things to help us out. So, but before we get into that, I want to talk about, Zegras, knee injury. It looks like Tkachuk scored again, or was that a replay? Gauthier was the goal scorer. And your other bet was Hedl. I don't think Hedl had a point. I'll tell you what, I've been really impressed with Riley Smith. I thought he was actually a nice ad for the Rangers, and he's done okay. But the Rangers get Zibanejad going. That's good. Adam Fox gets his first goal of the season. Tage Thompson, by the way, leads the NHL in 5-on-5 goals, 13. Gets Buffalo close. So, but you love seeing Drake Batherson with the hat trick there tonight for the Ottawa Senators. That's they need to get him going too. That's good stuff there. He got his 10th, 11th, and 12th at Ottawa to be successful. They're going to need Batherson going. I'm going to try to get some Ottawa writers on too, because we got to see what's going on there. There's some good ones, so we'll be working on getting some other people on. I want to get guys on when we're on, but I told Sammy that I would work with her schedule just because, she is a professional writer and, she works for the Hockey News. So, and since we really don't have much going on Friday, we're only probably got 2 more Fridays anyway before the football season ends, right? How many more weeks? Oh, big news in the U.S., by the way. Bill Belichick taking a college job. That was huge. Got to talk a little bit about that. We let that one slide. I mean, to me, it's baffling, boys. It's like Scotty Bowman coaching a college team to me. That's the equivalent, to be honest with you. I do not fucking understand why these NFL teams don't want to turn. They don't like winning? What's wrong? This guy's won 8 Super Bowls, 2 as a coordinator, 6 as a coach. He's the greatest coach of all time. I do not understand this. This literally like Scotty Bowman going to coach like not BU, not even a good college. Like University of North Carolina, the best player now listen, I'm biased. I think the greatest player to ever come out of that college is one of the greatest NFL players of all time, Lawrence Taylor, the greatest. He's the greatest defensive player ever. And I know that's, that might be in Bill's mind a little bit because he loves Lawrence and he coached him with the Giants and stuff, but as the coordinator, man, but I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. And to put it into hockey terms, it's literally like Scotty Bowman taking, like him coaching Central Michigan, a college that's had some success, but like, they've never been in a national championship or anything like that. Now, North Carolina basketball, creme de la frickin' creme. You don't get much better. The football program is mid. So, I mean, I don't understand. They must be giving him a ton of money and a lot of, he's doing whatever he wants. He's bringing all his people. So
I wonder if they gave him an option to take an NFL job. Like, how long was the contract for?
None of that stuff has come out.
Oh, it has. Yeah. It's 4 or 5 years they signed Belichick.
72.
Yeah, it's 4 or 5. It's one of those 2. But then they got like Mike Lombardi as their GM, like the ex-NFL GM is there.
I mean, that's pretty much how these colleges need to be run now with this NIL and stuff. It's all about recruiting the transfer portal and getting these guys who played elsewhere. So Miller is not back, son. He's not back. He's not back. He might be back. He might be back the next game. But he's not
skating,
back.
But not back.
But he didn't skate with a line. He didn't skate with a line. So I don't think he plays against Florida tomorrow, Saad. I hate to tell you. So that's straight. That was straight from the Vancouver Reporter. So I don't think so, man.
And that's never come out what his absence was.
No, he'll address it if he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
He'll address it if he wants to. So, okay. So Zegras has a knee injury. It looks like it's bad. That sucks. he actually, like I said, when I saw them Anaheim beat the pants off Seattle 5-2, and Zegras was clearly the best player on the ice. Again, I've seen him play several times, and he's definitely been the best player on that team for a while at times and at stretches. And so it's a bummer that he's had a knee injury. I was going to say Justin Bourne pointed this out, but we'll get, because I want to get to a question I wanted to ask you guys. Justin Bourne said this on Sportsnet tonight. I watched it on my feed for this Ottawa game. He said that the man-to-man that Anaheim, I didn't dawn on me that they were playing man-to-man. I don't focus on that sometimes, but he said I didn't realize Montreal was playing it too. He said these are defenses that young, unequipped teams can play, and they just aren't able to do it very well. Carolina has the horses essentially to do it. They play a man-on-man. LA plays a man-on-man. Montreal and Anaheim don't have those players right now, and they're struggling. Now, granted, years from now, if they continue this system, I expect them to be good. So we'll get into tomorrow's games here in a minute. Saad, that's the first one we're going to talk about, so hang out with us. I wanted to ask you guys, and I think this is maybe a true thing. Did Jeff Skinner and Arvidsson cost the Oilers Broberg and Holloway? And I wanted to ask you guys, do you think if they didn't focus on signing those guys and keeping their young talent that they drafted and developed, do you think instead of trying to sign those two guys? Because to me, and Pearlo, you were on this from day one. You didn't think Skinner was a good signing. I kind of was with you, but I wasn't as vocal as you were. Arvidsson, I felt like could be good, but again, with him, that he just can't stay healthy. So, like the player, just hate the fact he's never on the ice. Kind of hard to make a difference. But Edmonton did get a nice win against Tampa Bay 2-1 at home. They did get kind of a fluky go-ahead goal. I feel like, also no Cirelli. You can count that, obviously. Edmonton's missing Evander Kane, stuff like that. There's some toughness in their lineup. But Edmonton has played well, and they're kind of back. So I wanted to ask you guys, just get you guys on the record. Do you think Jeff Skinner and Arvidsson cost the Oilers Broberg and Holloway?
You want to take this one first, Pearlo?
Yeah, go ahead. No, I mean, I understand the Arvidsson move, but like you said, he's injured all the time. Yeah, I would have taken care of my young kids first. I mean, they're one of the oldest teams in the NHL right now. And this is a team
second oldest.
Yeah. And this is a team that was just rebuilding so that shouldn't be the case. They've been rebuilding for like 10 years. Yeah, you should have a much younger team.
I agree with you.
And losing McLeod too, like I would have tried to sign.
They traded McLeod.
I know. That's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
Well, the window just shut. Like the window is just getting smaller and smaller all the time. And I didn't like the moves, and I was local. I was pretty vocal about it to begin with, and I still don't like them. But they're getting by with it right now. I don't know. We'll see what the playoffs are.
The Pacific
what's Skinner going to do in the playoffs? And is Arvidsson even going to be healthy? If they're not there, and you could have had Broberg is absolutely beasting in St. Louis, and
Holloway's having a great year.
Holloway too. So. Yeah, they dropped the ball huge. I don't think I kind of don't blame them for the fact that they didn't see somebody doing what St. Louis did. I kind of don't blame them for that. That was just a very shrewd move by St. Louis. It was like a really good move. But when you're growing like as a team, you got to keep your young guys, right? Like, I don't know, maybe they had some insight that neither one of them wanted to sign long term there or something. I don't know, but something seems funny there. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, if you think of last year, you had Ekholm, Bouchard, Darnell Nurse, Ceci. You would have had Broberg on the third pair. You might have kept Desharnais, maybe Kulak. That's a pretty solid defense. I mean, now you got guys like Emerson, Stetcher kind of filling in. You got Travis Dermott on the roster as well too. I mean, from the 80s pop star, Madonna sang it best. Holloway, it would be so nice if we just kept him around. Holloway. Yeah. But when you got 12 goals between Arvidsson, Skinner, and Hyman, I mean, there's a hole there. There's no depth scoring if the big boys aren't doing it. I know Hyman was injured, hurt a little bit towards the beginning of the year. He's starting to come on a little bit now. But yeah, Arvidsson, health, Skinner never really proved it in the last half of his career. So
yeah, by the way, I completely stole that from the Daily Face-Off guys today, the Oilers Nation guys. Did Jeff Skinner and Arvidsson cost the Oilers? I mean, if you look at where they have holes in their lineup, they don't have those holes if those guys are there. They're much deeper. And then I still think you probably could get Skinner and Arvidsson. Maybe you just pay them less because, I mean, look, I know they said it last year, cup or bust. I feel like it's the same for Edmonton this year.
Or get them at the deadline. Get an Arvidsson or a Skinner at the deadline. What do you got?
Right. We're going to have some room with this cap space too. So that is one good thing they allowed themselves there. So, by the way, final 5-1 Ottawa, not a shock. Finally, Ottawa wins a game they need to win. Gibson in net. You know, it's not Dostal. I know that they did get Leo Carlson back tonight, but Anaheim, not a great performance there, but glad that the Senators, we all expected them to be a playoff team or compete for one anyway. So, okay. Yeah, Rangers got to win. We talked about that. Not we really kind of spilled all the news yesterday, being our first show of the week. And there wasn't much to cover from today. No big breaking news. I know Edmonton picked up a player on waivers, but that's probably for their Bakersfield. It feels like it doesn't feel like it's even an NHL move. So anyway, let's just jump right into the games because Saad wanted to talk about Toronto killing the Ducks tomorrow. Ducks on a back-to-back. They look tired tonight. Plus 300. I'm definitely not touching the Ducks. Maple Leafs Ducks. First out of the chute. Rico, you kick it off. You're the Leafs fan.
Yeah, I mean, not much scoring from the Ducks tonight, but the Leafs didn't put the puck in net in New Jersey the other night either. You got Dostal and Wall the next game. Both goalies are playing good this year. Toronto's playing better defensively. Anaheim doesn't have Zegras and Fabry, so I mean this might be an under game.
Yeah.
I could see Toronto putting a little bit of a better effort in, but I mean Anaheim's going to get some good sleep in Canada. There's nowhere to go there tonight, so they'll probably just fly to Toronto, get a good night's rest. And
you don't think they'll be at the shoe show in Toronto?
Yeah.
What's the name of that strip club in Toronto that everybody goes to?
Oh, the Brass Rail?
The Brass Rail.
The shoe show.
That's a shoe show, man.
Well, there's for your eyes only. There's the airport strip, the landing strip, if they want to hang out by the airport and get a hotel airport there in Toronto.
Yeah. I didn't go to the Brass Rail when I was there, but I met a bunch of guys from Moncton or went to college in Moncton. And they were all from, and they were there and they were hilarious. And they went and they showed me their bill. I was like, wow, I didn't know one could drop $700 that fast. So.
Dude, that was like 20 years ago when Alex Rodriguez was coming to Toronto and the Yankees road trips and he was hanging out on the Brass Rail and to be on the front of the Toronto Sun. I wonder what Madonna thinks of this. Remember when A-Rod was sort of dating Madonna before the whole J-Lo and
Dude,
other relationship?
All those football players go to places like that.
I saw Maglio Ordonez from the Detroit Tigers in there once in the Brass Rail too. I'm like, hey, Maggie. He's with a little bit of an entourage. He kind of looked back like, who the fuck?
So,
who's yelling my name in here?
Funny story. I remember when Maglio Ordonez played for the White Sox in like 2004. They were like the best record in baseball that year, which is funny because they were like one of the worst teams. And they played the Mariners. And I'm a quasi Mariners fan because growing up so close, obviously the Dodgers are my team, but I root for the Mariners too. They're kind of my other team. And
the Martinez brothers.
Jay Buhner hit a home run in that game in the boneyard, and Maglio Ordonez jacked one to center field, and Mike Cameron straight over the fence robbed him, stole a home run from old Maglio Ordonez. Hell of a player though, Maglio Ordonez. Love that Rico referenced that, made me think of it. I saw him play live. Yeah, okay.
I don't know, man. The Leafs are minus 425 here. There's no way you're betting on the Leafs. It's under or it's.
I got a minus 380 on FanDuel, or DraftKings, but yeah, no, I agree with you. I would take the under 6. I like the under. Timmy, what's up, Tim? Tim York.
York shoveling snow.
Oh, is he shoveling a shitload of snow there?
I bet you he is right now.
Tim
He's
is
just coming in
fucking
for a
almost
pit
fully
stop.
here. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Poor Mike. It was like 20 degrees in Boston the other day, and he likes Maple Leafs
Puck line.
PL full game.
That's minus 1.5 goals. That's the Leafs to win at least by 2.
I don't know, man. I just don't trust the Leafs secondary scoring right now. I feel like this is an under game. Pearlo, where are you feeling?
Yeah, I think Anaheim was really looking forward to this game for Ottawa. This guy I was talking about Ottawa yesterday. I think this is the game they're looking forward to. So I think you're going to see a better effort here from Anaheim against Toronto. But I do think Toronto wins. I do like the under, but I think at that price, I might go Anaheim plus 2.5. I think you can still get that for like -1 or plus 100 or something like that. I think Anaheim will keep it closer with Dostal in net because Gibson was in. Even if Toronto does kind of go off a little bit, and I don't think they will, it's kind of a sandwich spot where they played New Jersey. Now they're going to like, do they care about Anaheim here? Although they haven't been dropping games against these weaker opponents now that the Chief is the coach there. It is a spot where maybe they're not going to bust their ass quite as much as you would against, like they got Detroit after this. Although Detroit's bad, it's still a division rival. I think they'll probably play a little perimeter here and try not to make it too physical, make sure everybody's healthy for their back-to-back against Detroit and Buffalo. So I think they win, but I don't know if it'll be -2.5. I think the Ducks might be able to keep it within plus 2.5 there.
Well, Pearlo, there's a new whipping boy in Toronto, man. They always need one. And the new whipping boy in Toronto's played 20 games this year, has nothing but 6 assists and no goals. Max Domi.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. There you go. He's on my all Pearlo teams.
Yeah, no, I hate it for him. I hope he gets it going, but boy, that's not looking good.
But he is a 0 in the plus minus, so I know that number doesn't mean anything.
There we go.
You want the guy to put the puck in the net, but
no,
he might have been he might have been like fighting an injury too, because he did take injury, like he did eventually poop out. So maybe he was fighting an injury. He's not that.
He's saving it for the playoffs, like Tim said.
Saving it for the playoffs, yeah.
Which he was good last year.
Domi's a guy you want to get like 20 from in the season. You kind of need that from that kind of guy. Yeah. They got to probably go out and get Kadri. That's, I kind of went Doug McLean on this. I feel like Kadri's kind of the guy that fits there really well, and they can make it work with their cap. That's the guy if I'm the Leafs. Okay, Pins Canadians, plus 100 for Montreal at home as a home dog. God, I like Montreal as a home dog here. Over under 6.5. Pittsburgh's been playing some good hockey though. I wouldn't touch this game. Where you at, Pearlo? Why don't you kick it off?
I'll take the plus money with. I still don't believe in Pittsburgh. They're playing good hockey. I mean, they were playing against some really bad teams, and Montreal was one of them. So this is kind of a revenge game. For Montreal, I mean, I probably won't bet this either. They're both pretty bad. It's kind of hard to pick which team's gonna do something in this game. Pittsburgh's got Ottawa after this, and Montreal. It doesn't really matter what Montreal has after this. Oh, this is their last game at home before they take off to Winnipeg. So, why don't you just give me a draw? I'm back and forth on one. I'll take a draw.
Yeah, you're gonna talk yourself out of it. It means it's a game you should stay away from.
I'll take the draw. I think both of these teams are as bad as each other. So.
Okay, we already spent more time on them than they have.
Yeah, I'll take Pittsburgh.
Okay, you like Pittsburgh here, Rico.
5-0 in their last 5 against Montreal, and they could party in Montreal that night because they don't go to Ottawa for 2 nights later. So
yeah, if
have
they
fun,
do
boys.
that sort of thing.
Get the win.
Kings Devils. Kings plus 124. Did we say Kings were 8-2-0 their last 10? The Devils have not been that good their last 10. I think the Devils are a 500 team. Tim likes Montreal money line, by the way. He's with us. The Devils are 6-3-1. Okay, so they're above 500. And the Kings are 8-2-0. Like I said, they've won 6 in a row. Devils are coming off a pretty heartbreaking loss where they outplayed the Leafs pretty good. God, I kind of like LA here at plus money. Rico, why don't you go first?
Yeah, I don't mind LA here. The only problem with them is Kopitar's their leading scorer. Like, they're not getting anything from Byfield. Like,
Kempe has 14 goals.
Yeah, but Kopitar's got the most points on the team. But Kempe's got 14.
Yeah,
not bad, but
I mean, that's not
I'm
terrible.
just referring to Byfield. He should be doing more over there. LA actually plays New Jersey well.
Yeah,
they do. I think LA's got the upper hand in this series. I know they don't play each other too much because one goes to another, but I don't know, man. I think sneaky LA Kings here.
Tim's like the live dog, LA. I'm all about it. Pearlo, where are you at?
I think at the plus money, it's kind of hard not to go with the team that's won 6 in a row. But I think actually what I like more than anything here is New Jersey, after playing like they did against Toronto and not winning. I think they'll carry that out, especially in the first period. LA is a really good first period team, so I kind of like both teams to score in the first period there. You probably get that at about plus 130. But yeah, you're right. Like Quentin Byf, like they're really not getting much depth scoring. That Dano Fiala-Laferriere line, but yeah, I'll take both teams to score first period, and I lean LA.
Red Wings Flyers.
Man, Detroit can't score, and they suck on the road.
And their D is shit. And they lack effort at times.
It's too bad. Feel bad for him. Konechny's getting hot, too.
Yeah, 15 goals on the year already, leading the team. Also leads the team in assists. Yeah, Patrick Kane is hurt. Talbot's played well for them, but outside of that, they haven't really had much to report home about. The thing you got to love about Detroit, they're not rushing their young talent. They're playing them in the Always Hungry League. Feel like in a couple of years, we'll be talking about how patient Detroit was. Kosa came up and played a little bit for him, Sebastian Kosa. So, getting him a little bit of NHL time. So if you're a Red Wings fan, I would just say be patient. You'll be all right.
It's going to be Husso and net again.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did they get anybody back yet to go in net instead of Husso? Like, they got all those goaltenders and they're all injured.
I don't know. Where do you get the lineups usually?
I get them from Left Wing Lock, but unfortunately, they haven't updated their website for tomorrow. So I went over to Daily Face Off. I'll take a look at it. But if it's Husso and net, I love Philly. I'll take Philly team total over. Husso is just had injury problems, and he's just not.
I don't think it's him, man. It might be the young kid Kosa. They've got Cam Talbot. I guess.
Talbot's back. Okay, well that changes.
Talbot's confirmed.
Yeah, Talbot is
100%. He's confirmed.
Yeah, and Samuel Ersson. So that changes things a little bit. Then in that case, I'll probably lean the under, but I'm still going Philly.
I like the under in that game. Yep.
I like the under.
Hey, Charlie, thanks for joining us. Charlie Dufall. Nice to meet you, Charlie.
Oh, Charlie Dufault.
I hope I said that right. Charlie Dufault.
Dufault, yeah.
Dufault.
Yeah, Dufault.
Yep. Looks like he's a Winnipeg Jets fan. Rock on, Charlie. Would love to see the Jets win a Stanley Cup. That'd be awesome. Okay. Rico, you already gave your pick for Red Wings Flyers. Pearlo
Yeah, I'll
did.
take Flyers, but I like the under more.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you on that. I'll give you the over under here. Sorry. 6. Capitals finally play. They've been off forever. Ovi's taking shots. He's in an odd contact. I think he will be. We said the name right, Rico.
Yep.
Ovi's taking shots. Man, Blue Jackets. This is a scary one for me. It's a divisional game. They always play the Caps pretty tough. They have not played poorly. Let me look at who the Blue Jackets are missing. So Tom Wilson's day-to-day, he has a broken nasal bone in his face from that puck.
And he gave that interview, and it looked like he had an apple in his cheek, and he still gave the interview after the game.
They're calling him Quagmire.
Giggity-goo.
Out with the leg. Milano's out with the upper body. Obviously, no Backstrom, no Oshie. They're not going to play ever again. But Wilson's listed day-to-day. He's playing. However, Matthew Olivier, don't hate that he's out. He's out with a lower body day-to-day. Maybe he plays. Boone are out. Goodbranson. Same Chinnikov. They've been missing these guys for a while. So Blue Jackets plus 136. Don't hate it as a home dog. Shout out my friend Catherine from Daily Morning Cup of Hockey. She's usually there. She's a diehard Blue Jackets fan. So I don't know.
I'm going to say my pick after you're done. I got to run to the washroom real quick.
Yeah, go, Rico. You go first.
You want me to say my pick first or leave first?
No, go tell you your pick and then go.
Okay, so I got 4 words for you. Jimmy the Jet Greaves is confirmed for Columbus. So I'm taking Washington, one of the best teams on the road this year, 9 wins in a row. I'll be right back.
Let's go, baby. Let's get 10. Go, Caps, go. Pearlo, where you at?
I'm just looking at Washington's actually been playing to the under as of late.
Yeah.
Weird,
but they're getting goals from everywhere.
But Columbus has been playing over quite a bit. I'll take the over, and I can't go against Washington right now. They're just crushing everybody.
Plus 136 on the Blue Jackets is not terrible, but yes.
It's not. I don't love it because I agree with you that Columbus always seems to play Washington tough too. So
it's the Metro. They're in the Metro. They play them all the
it's division rival and all that kind of stuff like that. I get it.
They need to make more regional divisions. Like Columbus and Detroit should be in the same division. Okay. Like Nashville and Tampa should be in the same. They need to get rid of the conferences and go to regional divisions and then just reseed 1 through 16 the whole playoffs. You know what I'm saying? You still have a Western area or whatever, but they just need to get rid of these conferences. They're a joke. So,
Washington's going home after this too. Actually, you know what? I might change my bet here. I might take Columbus. Washington's had a successful
not been
trip.
on the road though. They haven't played since. I don't think they haven't played since the weekend. They haven't been on the road.
They haven't been on the road. Okay, I didn't look back at that. Okay, it's hard. I think I'll just stick with the over. I think we'll see goals.
I think that's a safe bet. I like that bet. Okay. And I have the over under on that being 6.5. So, 4-3, you get your over. Blue Jackets haven't had problems scoring goals this year either. Islanders, Blackhawks. I don't know how you could take the Blackhawks in anything right now, except for they beat the Rangers the other day.
Under.
Caps. Charlie likes the Caps.
Under.
Yeah, under is me. Under as well. I'll take under as well. Soderblom's playing really well.
Well, that's the thing. Chicago's not getting scoring from anybody. They're not getting scoring from Bedard. They're not getting scoring from anybody. So
Chicago.
By the way, the under in this game is so bad that it's 5.5. That's how low the under is.
Yeah,
they're not getting unders. They're not getting scoring from anybody.
We're going to spend no more time talking about the Islanders fucking Chicago because that game is like paint dry. I do not want to watch it. It sucks that Bedard's not potting goals.
Actually, there's some quick drying paint out there now, though.
That's probably more exciting than watching this.
Well, look who he's got on as line mates, man. It's pathetic. Like, brutal.
I get you, Pearlo, but they fired their head coach too. It's just not good. Sharks Blues. Now, this is a game I will watch. 8 Eastern. This is going to be a great fucking game. Tim likes the Tim. I hope you're saying draw for the Blackhawks Islanders.
Yeah, he is. It's the Thailanders. They always draw. So
Charlie likes the Blackhawks. Okay. Yeah, I love this game. Sharks Blues. Sharks plus 180. Don't hate it. Sharks have not been blown out by any team. They've been losing games. They had that one terrible game against Tampa Bay. They beat the Caps at home 2-1. They've got some decent wins. They're going to screw around and be a top 5 pick instead of a top 3 pick. That's how good they've been playing. But I love how the Blues are playing. Obviously, I think the Blues win this game. I wouldn't bet it because minus 218. But gotta love what you're seeing. Blues are getting a lot of scoring from a lot of different people. And Ryan Hofer playing really good for them too. I don't know if he did that. I think he played the last game for the Blues, so it'll be Bennington. But I do think the Sharks are going to start dropping some games now when it's just like Vanacek is their main guy now that they've traded Mackenzie Blackwood. But we'll see. Georgiev was awful for the fucking Avalanche. Imagine what he's going to look like for the Sharks. So if he's in net for them, I assume we're going to see Askarov at some point here in the near future. I hear he's doing very well for the San Jose Barracuda. So, he's already he's over season in the AHL. He played a ton in Milwaukee the last couple of years for Nashville's team too. So I like St. Louis here, but I wouldn't bet the game. Tim likes St. Louis in the over, the team total over. Rico, what do you like here?
All right, so you can't tell me the boys don't like going out after the game. So apparently after St. Louis buried Vancouver in overtime last night, they were seen at some nightclub, which I won't be naming.
No.
Well, they were in Vancouver, so Vancouver doesn't have a brass rail.
What's the one in Vancouver?
So there's a bar apparently called Celebrities in Vancouver, and a guy I know and a guy that Pearlo knows as well too, basically said that he works at this bar, and at about 10 to 12, pretty much right after the game, local time Vancouver, after the boys got settled and stuff, the Blues were letting the hair down a little bit at Celebrities in Vancouver last night. So coming off a road trip, going back to St. Louis, boys are going to be hung titty a little bit. I love San Jose in this spot. But yeah, apparently he works at this bar. And then somebody else said that, apparently that's a gay bar or whatever, but they've changed it over time. And I guess Tuesday nights is ladies' night at Celebrities in Vancouver. So some of the Blues were over there. Holloway was there. I guess Benner knows one of the house DJs that works there at this bar. Bennington knows him, so the Blues all went there after they beat Vancouver in overtime last night.
180 on the Sharks is not a terrible bet. Throw $10 on them. Pearlo, are you doing the same? You feeling the
Sharks are coming off of a pretty long Eastern road trip too in this one.
They're still on the road trip. They're still on it.
Oh yeah, this is this is against St. Louis. Yeah, they've been on the road for a long time.
Yes.
So they've been on the road for a long time. They now are coming back west again for another one against St. Louis. Give me a draw. Give me a draw on this one. I think St. Louis will keep in, and if he's right about St. Louis, they also got St. Louis has Dallas next too, so it's a look ahead spot. There's lots of stuff going on there. So
yeah, I like the insider info. Only here on NHL Nightly will you find out that the boys went out and partied their ass off in Vancouver. Rico, that was good shit. Tim likes Celebrini over 1.5 points. That's a fun bet. Tim, don't like it. Here's the next game: Preds Stars. I'm not touching the Preds ever again. Roman Josi, they just found out Roman Josi's out. That was news. I did not.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's out.
Wow.
Yeah, he's out. That happened. Sorry. Yep. Roman Josi day-to-day lower body. Gustav Nyquist day-to-day. They're missing Carrier, Lausanne, and O'Reilly. O'Reilly's out with the lower body. And Dallas's Dumba is out day to day, and Tyler Seguin out for the year. So that is going to be huge too, because Dallas, they got to make some moves here. But I don't think their GM is going to sit idly by. I think they know they're not going to have Seguin back until potentially it sounds like if Seguin comes back, it would be like May. So he's not coming back before the playoffs. So they got to make a move here. I think Jim Nill doesn't sit idly by, and they go out and get a top 6 forward. And they need to bolster up their D too. And then they've got talent in that rotation to trade. So the game's in Dallas, Charlie. Yep. If it's the bottom team, it's in Dallas. So this is NHL. Yep, in Dallas. I wouldn't even bet this game because of the money, but what do you get for Dallas 1.5? Like Tim saying,
it's plus money.
Yep. Rico, what do you think?
And what I think is for the game in Montreal that Nashville played, Ryan O'Reilly was injured, and basically they already got no center depth there. So they went and sat Tommy Novak. So they basically benched him and sat him out that game.
They're tanking.
Well, not just that. Tommy Novak came and scored a goal the next game he played, so he put him back in the lineup the very next game. But maybe that is to send a message. Maybe it is that he is on the trading block, and it just came to my mind. It would be the perfect trade if they figured it right out, is maybe send Tommy Novak to the Calgary Flames and somehow get Calgary, because Calgary's ready to retain money on Kadri. What about sending Kadri and taking another shot at seeing if you can get this thing back together? Because Kadri signed to some term as well, too. He's a good centerman. Novak for Kadri and a little bit of a sprinkle here and there. But other than that, you know what I need Nashville Predators to do? They had to reverse curse last year when they went to the Sphere, or they didn't go to the Sphere, and all of a sudden they ran off all these wins. Now with this huge
wins
losing.
in a row last year.
Yeah, so how many in a row they lose now?
They, I think they've lost
7 or 8.
7 or 8, yeah.
Okay, so how about they didn't let him go to the Sphere last year and they went on this run? How about you just take them out to the bar and get them absolutely shit-faced and party their ass off and do like the reverse Sphere?
Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said. They've lost 8 in a row. I mean,
the reverse Sphere. That's the only way to get this group together. So Marshall and Stamkos don't know each other. Get them out on the dance floor. Just have a rip one night.
I got to hear what you said because I missed it. I walked away. I apologize. I had to get a CBD kombucha here.
Right.
You said Tommy Novak for Nashville for Nazem Kadri,
and maybe a sprinkle here and there. But Calgary's ready to retain. Tommy Novak signed to a deal.
Do you want to give up on young talent if you're Nashville? To me, and here's the thought. What about, and this is my hot take, what about Steven Stamkos to the New York Rangers? For like Othman, one of their young picks, or like Gabe Perreault.
For Capo Caco.
No, Gabe Perreault. Gabe Perreault, who plays for Boston College, who's a centerman that can pass, which Nashville's always needing. Yeah, they couldn't do it, Avi. They don't.
Okay, so you think it's too late for Nashville this year?
Oh, they're done, dude. There's no way. They have to win like 73 games. Like they are the worst record in the NHL now.
I know, but look what they did last year. We just need a reverse Sphere.
Yeah, but they didn't have that bad a record. Like they were just kind of a middling team. They weren't like dog.
But who did they? Okay, who's off their lineup besides McDonough and Kiefer Sherwood?
Well, and they moved on from Tomasino. He's now playing for Pittsburgh. He's been doing really well for Pittsburgh. Has like 3 goals in 5 games for them. Yeah. So I don't think the West is stacked, Avi. I think the West is much weaker. I think every team is weaker. I think you could make an argument Vegas got better because they're going to have a full year with Hurdle and Hannafin. But Calgary would jump on that deal. Bye-bye, Nazem. That's what Timmy says. Well, Timmy, you're there, man. Get on the phone with Craig Conroy. Make it happen.
It's December 11th. Too early to throw in the towel, in my opinion, with that talent on that team.
I just, where are they going to get their center play from, Rico? It's the same problem, different
Fine.
day. It's over, man. I mean, barring a miracle, like you said, Roman Yossi's now hurt for them. I don't know. Let's move on to the Jets, Golden Knights.
I didn't put my. No,
well,
I
what
like
were
Dallas.
You doing?
Dallas puck line. Dallas is going to blow them out of the water.
Yeah, I mean, we're not wasting any more time on the Nashville Predators. If you put money on them, you like losing money. They're it sucks, dude. I hate it. I thought it would be awesome if they were good, but they ain't. This is going to be a great game. This game is going to be on the tube too. Golden Knights, Jets. We got our new friend in here, Charlie. This is going to be a great game. I actually like the Jets in this game at home. I think they got to make a statement. They've been playing kind of some middling hockey, but boy, the Golden Knights are good on the road. So put your money on the Jets. They want revenge, Charlie. I love it, dude. I love it, Charlie. We got to. I hope you come every day because I need diehard Jets fans, man. I'm all about it. We'll have the Jets jersey flying in the back. Rico, go ahead and go first on this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't mind the Jets here either. After that loss a couple of games ago, they came back against Boston, pasted them 8-1, just huge statement win, finished them off in the third period. And Vegas hasn't played since last Thursday or last Friday? It's been a while. So they're sitting around a little bit rusty legs. Winnipeg's getting the legs going. I love the Jets. They're just going to come out quick. So maybe Jets first period after being off for almost a week. Vegas will be a little bit slow out of the gate.
Yeah, Vegas is just missing White Cloud. That's really it. And Winnipeg's missing Ehlers, Sandberg, and Gustafsson. Ehlers, he's been out for a while though. So, go ahead, Pearlo.
The only thing I lean the Jets as well, but they've played a ton of hockey lately. Holy crap, it's like ridiculous how much hockey they play. But they have been home for a little bit. Hopefully they're not feeling all fat and sassy because they destroyed Boston like they did, and they got Montreal after this. So this is going to be a humdinger for sure. And they'll be up for this one. No look ahead against Boston, which is good. So they seem dialed in, and they've been dialed in most of the year. Like, I don't blame them. That road trip was disgusting that they just went through. So it's no surprise that they had a little bit of a lull there. That was brutal. Most teams would have had a tough time with that road trip. So they came back, and now they got settled in at home. So I would lean Winnipeg, but I just want to watch this game. It's going to be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
Vegas has a tough 3-game road trip. They go to Winnipeg, they go to Edmonton Saturday night at 4:00, and then they go to Minnesota right after on Sunday.
Ooh, that is going to be tough.
Here's another great game. The Oilers visit the Wild. I thought the Oilers got kind of lucky in the game against Tampa Bay. There was an own goal, basically, that was their game winner, 2-1. No Cirelli, arguably one of the best third-line centers in the league, if not the best. Wild have been playing money, too. They came back and won that game, Pearlo. They were going to lose it, and they won it in a shootout. So, Avi likes the Oilers here. You're giving me plus money on the Wild, and they're 19-5-4. They're a good team, man.
Plus money at home for Minnesota? Oh, yeah, I'm all over.
Yeah, and they're a very good home team. They're a very good home team. So I know the Oilers are playing better, but I'm not hating on the Oilers. I picked them to win the Stanley Cup, Avi. I'm just saying they played like shit at the beginning of the year because McDavid wasn't healthy. I don't know how you can hate on him if you picked him to win the Stanley Cup. Yeah, I get it.
You picked him to win the Cup so he could hate on him all season long.
No, that's not true. Well, I'll be critical of them. I'm going to be real. So I get it. I think it's Connor with 1 R. And
Edmonton are 2-11 in their last 13 games.
Is it Konar?
He spelled it correctly. I'm being ridiculous.
You had me for a second there. I'm like, that's it. So
I'm sorry,
Konar? Konar.
I had a really bad migraine before the start of this show, so I took a fucking edible, so I would feel a little bit better.
Oh boy,
the migraine went away, so
it's all that matters.
Yeah, I love
Edmonton,
this game. I like the Wild. Perlo, where are you at on this one?
well, Edmonton's 2-11 in their last 13 against Minnesota, and they haven't won against Minnesota, home or away. Oh, sorry, on the road. They haven't won on the road against Minnesota in the last 6. So, and I love Minnesota plus money at home. I just can't turn that down.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels like it's a free opportunity to make money, and Edmonton's due for a clunker. They've been playing good hockey. Like they're playing good. I've liked what I've seen from Nurse. Bouchard's not making as many mistakes, and he is getting some points. So you kind of live with the mistakes a little bit if he's getting the puck in the net or get some assists. I still worry about Edmonton's secondary scoring. They've got some issues there. So
the only thing is Minnesota's pretty banged up. But how does a team that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7-1 in their last 8, plus money at home against any real team? So.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's how much respect, like obviously as Connor McDavid, and their Edmonton was everybody's freaking Stanley Cup pick. They're missing Brodin, Eriksson Ek, Zuccarello, but they've been missing those guys for a while, and they're still finding ways to win. So, and obviously Edmonton's missing Arvidsson and Kane. But we won't see Kane probably until come playoff time or close to. The good thing for Edmonton is they don't need the cap flexibility with Kane. They already have it because they let Broberg and Holloway walk. So they're going to have some room to make some moves. Obviously, they're going to have to. But it's going to be competitive, man. And Edmonton has shit in their house. They don't have anybody to trade. Who are you going to take? Who's their big prospect they have that's not up yet? I mean, it's going to take one of their college guys or something, I think, that they're sitting on. Did I lose the pointer? Okay. Rico, where are you at on this game? Oh, we lost Rico. We'll just move on to the next game. Avalanche, Utah Hockey Club. Avs are back, baby. Avs are back. I'm going here. I'm going to drop Rico. Bring him back when he gets back. There's no way I'm betting against this Avalanche team. I've liked what I've seen from Utah. They just have a tough time holding on to leads because, they're missing defensive depth. They did something very cool, though, Perlo. I don't know if you saw this, and I'll talk to you about this while we got Rico coming back. They had Bill Armstrong on at intermissions to talk about the team with, one of the reporters, the whole intermission. And Sean Dursey, one of their injured players, was part of the call. So they had him in the call, just talk. So because they're missing Lamoureux, Dursey, Marino, Ingram, and Bortuzzo. The bad thing about that is 4 of those 5 guys are D, and one of them is their starting goalie. So that's where they're struck. Now, Mackenzie Blackwood, who Colorado just traded, is day-to-day with an illness. And obviously they're missing Landeskog, Druin, Manson, Wood, Shillington, and Poolman. Good God. The Avs have some injuries too, but their young guys are stepping up. And when you have Rantanen, Makar, and McKinnon had a 5-point night. Rantanen has a hat trick. I just don't know how you bet it against Colorado right now. Yeah. Where are you guys at on this one? Same?
Not really.
Yeah. Nobody's shitting in the woods in Colorado's net right now. And their goaltending.
Well, yeah. Wedgwood's probably going to start again with the illness, and I like Wedgwood as a backup. He's a guy that can play a lot of volume for you.
Yeah, if it's they should call them the Utah Grizzlies. Then I could say, does a bear shit in the woods? Because Colorado has 2 goalies with their last name Wood. They're nobody shit in the woods.
Yeah, and they have Miles Wood too, and they have Miles
I know.
Wood.
There's a lot of wood covering the Avalanche right now.
Yes. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck played starting left wing for the Colorado Avalanche?
Yeah, there's a lot of wood blocking the Avalanche from losing. No, you know what? Utah is not a bad team on the road, but they suck on the road in Colorado. If you look at Utah's record in Colorado, it's absolutely horrendous. So Avalanche all day here, even puck line.
Pearlo, I think you're thinking the same.
No, actually, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm going against the grain here. Brutal, coming off a brutal road trip again, Eastern road trip. I'll tell you, I don't care who you are. These Eastern road trips kill these Western teams. They're coming back to play against Utah with 1 day off, I believe, 1 day rest.
There's something too on that, Pearlo, that I want to caveat to you. Colorado is used to playing teams that don't play at altitude. Guess what? Utah plays at altitude. So I know it ain't 5,280 feet, but Utah's up there. Like, they don't play at sea level. So
no, that's right. Yeah. They only had 1 day off. Utah's going to be so up for this game. It's these young players going up against their idol McKinnon and stuff like that. And Vejmelka has been playing fantastic the last
little while. He has played well.
I think this is a sneaky Utah play. I don't know. I wouldn't put I wouldn't put your mortgage on it or anything like that, because Colorado has been playing fantastic. But I just think sneaky Utah play here. I don't like the fact that their defense is banged up. I probably would go the over here, even though Vejmelka's playing so well. Maybe, I don't know, it's probably 6.5, so maybe not. No, I'm just going to throw a little bit on Utah, see what happens. Hey,
real
this
quick,
is a bad spot for Colorado.
Yeah, just some news that popped up. Did not see that David Bonderman, one of the founding owners of the Seattle Kraken, died today, 82 years old. He and Hollywood producer Jerry Bruckheimer and David Wright, Amazon CEO Andy Jassy are part of that ownership group. So he was he led the ownership group, Bonderman did, to get Seattle, the hockey team. So I did see that. Our new friend Charlie agrees with you, Pearlo. He likes the Utah. Anyway, I just wanted to get that news out and see that. Had to bump back over the screen here.
It's Utah first period for sure. I really like Utah first period.
Yeah. The Avs are clicking, boy. They Pittsburgh tried to make that game close. It was 3-2, and they just blew them out in the third period. I think it was 6-2 final or something. There's no way I'm betting against Colorado. Rico, you're on Avs. I'm on Avs. Perlo's on Utah. I love it. Utah plus money. Let's go. Obviously, I'll be rooting for the underdog there. Love it. Flames Lightning. I think Tampa Bay wins this game. Plus 130 on the Flames there. So, yeah, Avi likes the Utah jerseys. And I think they're going to keep that color combination when they call themselves the Yeti or whatever. We know that's probably going to be the name. I think we're going to find out here in the next couple of months that what their logo is going to be. I think they've done their research. And I'm actually kind of surprised given the owner of the Utah Hockey Club's background that they didn't kind of have this rolled out before the season, honestly. I thought they were going to. I thought he was going to up his time, but they got a lot accomplished. I mean, they moved an entire NHL team into an arena that didn't have NHL ever play in it. So I got to give them a lot of props. And look, I will say this too. Look, Seattle's basically a rebuilt arena. They spent $1 billion. That arena was not easy to get around. You have to go up elevators to get around. Like, you can't walk around concourses like Scotiabank, easy to get around. They're in Toronto, easy as hell. Like, I thought it's a beautiful, like, not a bad seat in the house, but it was difficult to get around. If you're going to your seats, great. But I was meeting up with our good friends RJ and Dylan from Emerald City Hockey, and they were on the other side of the arena, and it took me like 30 minutes. It was a bitch. I had to go up an elevator, then down. It's super complicated. So don't recommend trying to meet up with somebody at Climate Pledge Arena, which we'll be talking about that because they're playing tomorrow too. Okay, Lightning Flames. Where you at, Pearlo? Who do you like here?
Yeah, I'm with you. Lightning, they got to win, but they don't win too. And Tampa coming off that loss against Edmonton, I think they'll be.
Bobby likes the Flames because the Bolts are missing Cirelli. Anyway,
I don't really like the minus 150 all that much, but I don't think it's going to be Wolf in that. He's been up and down.
No, he's been very good. He's been Calder Trophy good. He's been very good.
He
No,
has his,
look at his
he has
numbers.
his moments.
It's been good.
Should be Vasi in too. Sneaky.
Vasi played in Edmonton. So
Yeah, this isn't a back-to-back though, right? So I don't know. Maybe they will go to their backup. If it's Johansson, okay,
Yeah.
I could see
Calgary all day
winning.
with
I could see Calgary winning there. Yeah, I could see Calgary winning there. And if it is Johansson, I'll go the over on this one. I hope it is. I like the over if it's Johansson. Even though Calgary doesn't score all that much, it's Johansson. They can score on Johansson. Anybody could score on Johansson.
I'll check
I
that
even think the Rangers could score on Johansson.
I like Calgary in this matchup. They play Tampa very well. Calgary's a great team at home, 10-3 on the year. Lightning are 500 on the road. I know it was a little bit of a tough game against the Oil, but for the Lightning, I don't know, man. I don't mind the Flames here at plus money, especially with, like I said, Cirelli's out, Chernak's out. I mean, Calgary can match up. Rasmus Anderson, he'll match up against the Braden Point line. Kucherov, just try to eliminate those two guys and maybe a draw or a Calgary win here.
So here's what's funny
too. I like the draw.
Tim's got a Tim. I'll put it out on the video tomorrow. He's got anytime goal Coleman. I'll throw it out there for you, Blake Coleman against his old team. Love it, Tim. Here's what's funny. Tampa Bay Lightning 14-10-2. Calgary Flames 14-10-5. They basically have the identical record, man. Like Charlie's all over the Lightning. Yeah, I can't disagree, Charlie. I feel like this is a game the Lightning will win. They're going to be skilled. Derek, how's it going? So Rico, you're on the Flames. Pearlo, you're on the Lightning. I'm on the Lightning. Canucks, Panthers. Panthers squeaked. They played a great game, but they won in a shootout against the Kraken. But they squeaked one out. I like the Canucks here at plus 130. This long road trip. I'm not burying the Panthers, but I like them here. Still no Forbert and JT Miller, no Hronek, but I like the Canucks to win this game. Panthers don't have any injuries, so maybe I'm off. Maybe the Panthers is the team, but I like Canucks plus money at home. Obby's like Panthers smack the Canucks. Probably. What do you think, Pearlo?
It's hard to trust Vancouver right now. They seem to be floundering a little bit. They just beat out Seattle.
I think Vancouver is like 6-3 in their what are they? Oh, they've lost 2 in a row. Sorry, I don't know what
they've lost 2 in a row. Yeah.
Yeah, another reason I kind of like Vancouver here, but I mean,
I want to look at this game a little longer. I'm not really sure. I wonder if they put Weeks in here or Weeks, the kid. What's his name?
Demko played the last game.
Demko will be in. I wonder if Florida.
Demko played the last game. He played in the last game.
I know.
So I do not think he gets consecutive starts here. I think this is
maybe you're right too. Yeah, because they don't want to overwork him right away after coming back from that injury.
Yeah, Vancouver's 5-3-2 in their last 10. So whatever, win some. Here's what's interesting.
It'd be Lankinen in for Vancouver then.
Yeah,
I like Florida, but I don't like the price. I think I'm just going to stay away from this game for now.
I don't disagree, and I'm going to change my bet too. I'm not betting this game. I wouldn't touch it. Vancouver's 4-6-4 at home this year.
Usually, if I go back and forth like that, it ends up being a draw. So I'll just say the draw for the show.
Yeah.
Bobby's
right. Bobby, you talked me into it. Vancouver's dog shit at home this year. 4-6-4. They're 10-2-1 on the road. So I don't know what's going on. What's in the water in Vancouver? I'm not touching that game. If anything, I'd probably like Florida. And they're not missing anybody. What about you, Rico?
Yeah, I'm on the draw here too. I don't have a side. East Coast team, West Coast team, both of them get out there with a point.
But they're on a swing, though. Florida's on a swing. They didn't just fly to Vancouver. They were in
Seattle. No, but I mean, one's in the Eastern Conference, one's in the Western Conference. They'll be happy if they could just get a point. They won't meet each other until the Cup final anyway.
Florida
So go to celebrities. Go to celebrities after the game. Talk to Bennington's buddy, the DJ there, and just head down to the
Florida went to detours with the St. Louis Blues. They went in. I bet you Florida was there too.
Probably.
I love.
I think Florida really wants Edmonton on this trip too, so it is kind of a look ahead spot because they got Edmonton after this. Not,
yeah, I don't know. I don't like looking. There's only one game on Friday, so we'll talk about that game after the fact anyway.
Yeah, they got Edmonton after this, so I think that's the team they really want.
Okay, final game of the night for Thursday. Avi's Bruins visit Climate Pledge Arena, Seattle Kraken. Bruins are 15-2-3. Kraken are 14-14-2. These two teams are the same team, in my opinion. They're both not getting great goaltending. They don't get a lot of secondary scoring. They don't have anybody that jumps out of the page at you. Although Chandler Stevenson leads the team in assists. I know a lot of people didn't like that signing, but Seattle needed him. They needed him. They needed a bridge the gap center. By the way, tearing it up right now is Shane Wright. I think he has 5 goals in 7 games. Tearing it up. So Shane Wright coming around again. Just because these guys don't jump off the page the first couple of years they're in pro hockey doesn't mean they're busts.
He was one of my big guys this year before the season started. I thought Shane Wright was going to have a freaking banger of a year this year. He's coming around now, so good for him.
Yeah, I love it. And just be patient. All I know is Jeremy Swayman got to step it the F up, Avi says. Yeah, but I mean, he missed camp because Sweeney and fucking Neely are idiots. They should have had, they gave him the deal they wanted anyway. Get him into camp. So anyway, Bruins, they're getting all the problems. They're starting to play better hockey too, obviously, but they just got dollywhopped by so I expect the Bruins will come out with an effort here, but this is a pick'em. There's no favorite here. I like Seattle at home. They played well, and they played really good defensively. Of course, the game I saw them in, they got lit up, but they didn't play a bad game. Just Anaheim had probably the best game of the year for themselves. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm not touching this game. Pearlo, who do you like here? Boston or Seattle?
The tough part for me on this one is Boston just got shellacked by the Winnipeg Jets. What's his name? Their new coach, Sacco, is going to be losing his shit after that one probably. Not being ready on your first game of a road trip is not something the coach likes to see. Swayman's been struggling. It looks like are they going to go back to him here? I think they might go with Korpisalo. And the other part of it is I expect Boston to go like Sacco's a defensive guy. He thinks defensively. If you're going to drop 8, you better not drop much more than 2 the next game. So I like the under in this game. I think Boston's going to play it tight. Seattle doesn't have a lot of Seattle could pot a couple as well, but
5.5 they have this as. They are.
I wish it was a 6.
Yeah, 5.5. They already are thinking the same way you are. Neither of these teams can score. So this is a 2-1. This has a 2-1, 3-1 game written all over it.
Yeah, it seems like it. Now watch, they'll go off, and I had the under 5.5 with Nashville and Calgary. And
this is where I'd be a little bit okay. Hampus Lindholm out for Boston, Yanni Gourde out, and Jordan Eberle obviously out for Seattle. Outside of that, though, they're not missing them much, and some of the young guys are stepping up from Seattle. This is definitely a 3-1, 2-1. Obviously, it's 3-2 game. If you take the under, it's probably going to hit. Okay. We'll do Friday's game because tomorrow Friday we will. No, we're having a show tomorrow because we're going to talk about all these games. So we'll talk about Friday and then we'll talk about Saturday tomorrow too, being Thursday because Friday I will have Sammy Silber on from the Hockey News, so there won't be a regular show. We only have the one game on Friday, so no point in having a live show. So Pearlo.
Who you got on that one though? I want to hear what Rico had. I don't think Rico put his.
No, he will.
I didn't, but I'm pretty easygoing. I was kind of agreeing with Pearlo as maybe a low-scoring game, maybe a draw. I know, like Beard said, it's going to be an emotional night in Seattle as well, too, right? So
with the owner dying,
yeah. I mean, and then you got Boston, you just got shelled. You got teams that are getting ready for some weekend hockey as well, too. These midday week games it could be snoozers, man. Like Buffalo and the Rangers tonight, that could be one of those type games where they just going through the motions, and East Coast team against the West Coast team again, just trying to get out of there. But I think these teams start kind of slow at home whenever there's a kind of a like a vigil type thing before the game starts. So I mean, I would think probably under first period might be a bet in this game. And maybe Boston just kind of outworks them, has a little bit more firepower, a little bit better goaltending. But who are we getting Decord in that here too? So this is definitely a draw and under.
No,
Even
Decord
5.5.
game, so it could be Grubauer. He played the last game, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'd probably take the Bruins on the road. Maybe a little bit emotional, but then that could lift the team too. This is a tough game. Tough game to call. Really tough.
Decor's been playing really well as of late. I think they go back to him here. They need a win. They didn't play back to back here, did they? Is this a back to back for Seattle?
No.
So yeah, I think they go back to Decor. Grubauer's struggling right now, and they need every win they can get. So I think they go back to Decor. If it's Grubauer, I lean Boston. If it's Decor, I like the under still, and probably a draw.
Yeah, I mean, Joey Decord has a .914 save percentage on the year. He's been actually really
good.
Yeah.
And Korpisalo, by that matter, has a .922 save percentage for Boston, so he's been very good for them.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's it for the games. Tomorrow we'll have a full show. Friday we will still have the college hockey show, as Avi says. Great college hockey on Saturday, Minnesota versus Michigan State. Absolutely. Top two teams. Tonight, BU came back being down 2-0 to UMass. That was a great game. Cole Hudson, 2 goals in a minute and a half. Washington Capitals draft picked. His brother, Lane, plays for Montreal. This kid's going to be better than his brother, I think. I love to hear your opinion on that too, Avi, because you watch those games. Anyway, my main man, Johnny Lazarus, called that game on for Nesson, but it was on ESPN Plus, something you could have watched, Pearlo, now that you live here in the U.S. College hockey, definitely something you want to get your hands on. You can watch all that stuff for free on ESPN Plus. Yeah, it was good. The third when all the action happened, really, Avi, because it was basically a UMass scored 2. Yeah, Cole's much younger. I've heard from Mike and other people I trust that Cole's going to be a better player, which is saying something because Lane is good. Lane is very good. Like, he's going to be a top 3 Calder finalist for sure this year. So, and not hard to stand out on that in that Montreal, because they've not had much to write home about. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern. And then Friday, I will still have the college hockey show, but there will just be the no NHL Nightly. We'll just have the interview with Sammy Silber from the Hockey News. And that'll just be me, Pearlo, and Rico will have the night off. So they'll be doing that. So Friday, no regular scheduled NHL. See ya, Tim. We miss you too. I know we start the show a little bit later, and people don't like to wait, but it just works out really well, man. So, hey, man, Charlie, glad to have you. You need a logo on your podcast? Okay. Well, I kind of do have a logo. It's the one. It's the.
It is a logo.
It is sort of a logo, man. If you look at my YouTube page, of that beard is that sports beard is kind of my logo. Yeah, we change it up or something, I guess.
Why is it that Wyatt Johnson, Jason Robertson, and Jamie Benn are all under a point a game players this year? What the hell's going on there?
Well, I mean, Jamie Benn's 400 years old, man.
Okay, well, the first 2 guys, you could go down from the ladder.
Yeah, Jason Robertson. Wyatt Johnson, I expected to have a little bit of a sophomore slump, but Jason Robertson's not having a good year.
Or even Stankoven, man. I had him as Calder, and he's got 4 goals on a year.
Yeah. I mean,
I think it's because their bottom 6 has really took a hit, and those guys are fighting hard in the defensive zone and get pretty tired by the time they get in the offensive zone on a lot of occasions. So,
well, and Pearlo, once they have a book on
that's
you,
part of it,
right?
Sorry?
Don't you feel though, once they have a book on you, like a guy like Stankoven, he doesn't get the benefit. He got kind of that rookie push, but he came in the playoffs, right? And everybody's playing high level hockey. The puck is on your stick. It's getting put on your stick. Everybody's focused. The hockey is so much it's different, right? So when you see a rookie come in and make a difference, you think, oh, he's going to dominate in the regular season, but that's not always the case. Plus, Stankoven's like 5'5". He's super undersized. It was kind of be expected that he wasn't going to have the start that he had. But by the way, we're saying this, he's tied for second in rookie scoring with 16 points. So, like, he's not doing terrible. It's just a Matvei Michkov has 27 points, and he's running away with it. I still think, watch out, Macklin Selbini. So Stankoven's tied with he's tied for third because Lane Hudson has 19 points. But Macklin Selbini, Legan Stankoven, and Macklin Slipikov all have 16 points. So, no, he's not terrible. It's not terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a sneaky pick for Lane Hudson for the Calder, but I remember I took Stankoven because he was eligible and he had a good playoff last year.
You're hanging. What are you doing? Work in Ontario, Tim? Is that what it sounds like? You're hanging shit.
Oh yeah, Tim's like 40 minutes from my house right now, and he lives in Calgary, but he's visiting his mom.
Oh, he's working there for 4 months, huh?
Yeah, we went and hung out, me and Tim, for a couple hours at the local bar down the road here.
All right.
Nice.
You take him to the shoe show?
Hey, Timmy, I'm going to the shoe show.
Go to the brass rail, Tim. Let's
I'm sure he's probably been there before. Guaranteed Tim's been to the brass rail. There's no way. He was a hockey referee, man. He's been to the brass rail.
Once this show is big and we got all our big sponsors and everything, we're going to have to open up a bar called the Shoe Show for sure.
All the more reason to go to the brass rail, Tim, because you're taking care of your mom. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sure your mom is, getting up there. So it's awesome you're able to help her out and stuff. Yeah, mine's still alive too, man.
Yeah, he's posting videos doing the snow shovel off the house, like getting the snow off the house and that. And I guess Tim's wife lives in Calgary and he's there helping his mom out. So he's sending her Facebook videos. And then I saw the video because he posts it. And she's like, what's a snow shovel or snow scraper or whatever? And he's doing it off the top of the house because the snow gets heavy when it gets on top of the house in the garage up here, right?
Guess what? We had a foot on ours. It's all gone.
Yeah.
There's grass. I see grass right now. That's how warm it is here in Anchorage. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I know what a snow shovel is because I live in Alaska. But
yeah, not a snow shovel. It's a
shovel,
roof something. He said
a roof rake.
Roof rake, that's what it is.
Yeah,
I've done that. I used to do roof snow removal in Edmonton back in the days when it was minus.
Is that what they call it? Snow removal.
That's how they used to bury the bodies in the winter.
Roof snow removal. Roof snow removal. We get so much.
They hid the bodies on the roofs in the wintertime under the snow, and then he'd remove them once they untop.
Jesus,
we got so much snow back then that people needed to take snow off their roofs.
Perlo, the last 2 years we got over 100 inches. Entire businesses' roofs collapsed here in Alaska. The snow was so heavy. I know, dude. We just aren't getting it this year. This time last year we had like 70 freaking inches of snow. And we got it like all at the beginning of winter. So. Yeah.
Perlo doesn't know. He lives down south now, so
he
doesn't even know what we're talking about anymore.
There tomorrow, though, it's gonna be like 20.
No, it's gonna be it's gonna be 23 Fahrenheit, which is minus 13 degrees with a 50-kilometer wind chill. So
yeah, it'll be cold as shit. That's
a little taste of Edmonton there. A little taste of Edmonton.
Chicago is freaking brutal. They'll get minus 30 with a wind chill. Then it'll be like 65 the next day. It's like I don't know how people do it down there.
Indiana's a lot like that too.
Yeah, you're like not far from Chicago.
Yeah, we're not far from
weather. All those Great Lakes down there, like that's why Buffalo gets hammered with snow because they're off a Great Lake and they get that lake effect. And it was 50 and raining here today, but it wasn't at like 20 degrees. Dude, Avi, I saw there was flooding in Boston. Like I saw cars driving in tunnels in like 2 feet of water. So, Charlie lives in the Edmonton area. We got snow here. Yeah, Charlie, we have snow. It's like 32 degrees Fahrenheit, the high of 36 today in Anchorage, Alaska. Crazy. So, nuts stuff. All right, boys. That's a show for. We had a long one today. I knew it would be. That's why we started early. Almost an hour and a half. So, we'll see everybody here tomorrow, 10:30 Eastern. That'll be the final regular NHL Nightly for this week. But we will have the college hockey show on Friday with me and Mike at 2 p.m. Eastern. Plus, I don't have the time locked down. Let me check. Maybe she DM'd me back.
Let's check your YouTube tomorrow, everybody in the chat or everybody listening, wherever you are. Check Beard's YouTube. He puts out the video in the afternoon. There's a ton of games tomorrow. So I'm going to be scoping some goal scoring props to make you all some money tomorrow.
Yeah, I need those by no later than 4 Eastern. That would be helpful, Pearlo. So if you give me 1 or 2 bets for the 14 games.
Yeah, I'll have some for tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, just get it to me before, like, 4 Eastern, like 3:30 Eastern is perfect.
I'll have them early for you tomorrow.
And there's like 14 games, so just throw a couple darts at the board if you're like last minute.
You don't have to give me one. I just feel bad. Like I missed Mike's today. I missed yours today because I have to get the video out in a certain amount of time, or it just doesn't give anybody time. So yeah, the player props are fire. Avi saying yes, and Avi, that is 100% all because Rico works very hard. He looks at the lines. He pays a lot of attention to where guys are going, where they're from. He gets inside sources from dudes that find out who went out to the club. So Tim, if you want to come on tomorrow, you can come on. I'll shoot you a DM. I'll shoot you the DM, Tim. We'll have you on if you want to come on for sure. We'd love to have you on, Tim. So for sure. Yeah, for sure, man. Especially, man, I know it's probably not been great doing what you're doing. So get a little hockey talk with us and we'll have you on. Absolutely, Tim. And if I forget to do it, Rico or Pearlo can send it to you too, but I'll DM you. No problem. Love to have you on, man. Love having your hockey insight. Less of me and more of you guys too, man. It's just good because I know you follow the game as close as we do. So it's always good having you on, Tim. So you're kind of an honorary member of the show. Appreciate you. So everybody else, thank you so much. It was awesome, Charlie, having you. Thanks, man. Leave a like and subscribe. We lost the subscribers, which kind of bummed me out today. I was like, man, we went from 581 to 580. What the hell? I've been cranking stuff out, man, and we're gonna have a legit another hockey writer on this week. So I appreciate all you guys. Rico, Pearlo, you got anything for anybody?
Not much, man. Enjoy the hockey tomorrow. Hopefully it just snows everybody in. It doesn't have to work tomorrow, so you can just enjoy the games and do nothing and enjoy the best time of year, man. You're getting so much on the slate tomorrow, so happy betting. Watch out for our goal scoring props tomorrow. Pearlo's got some picks coming too, but you got to watch the Beard on YouTube.
Yeah, hey,
check me out on my Twitter handle is right there, isn't it? Do I have it there?
Yeah, it's scrolling in the bottom the whole show. Relax.
Yeah. All right. My Twitter handle's there. I put all the picks.
What the fuck, man?
I put a bunch of picks on Twitter too. So if you want a bunch of those picks, take that.
Yes, follow Pearlo. The whole entire show, his Twitter is between.
Dude, it's the fumes from that fire pit behind him, man. They're getting in his head a little bit.
I'm usually not even looking at the screen.
His girlfriend's not putting out right now. That's what's happening.
I'm always looking at stats and shit while we're talking.
Pearlo's on another planet right now, like with a bunch of sports bettors.
Right there, Pearlo at Pearlo's NHLPOW.
All right, cool.
Occupancy's on there. The Degenerate Bostonian. That occupancy is at 0, by the way. I hope our friend Occupancy is doing good. I know he catches up on these shows later. Occupancy, we love you. We miss you. I hope you're doing well there in Switzerland. We're an international show, man. Rico in Canada. Pearlo, expatriate Canadian. What do they call an expat in Canada now?
Expat?
You're Can-American? Whatever. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah,
don't fuck up, Pearlo. Trump will ship your ass back to Canada and New York, man. So,
yeah, and if you ever go back to Edmonton, don't drive through North Dakota.
No, find another way. Highly recommended. Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. All right, everybody. Yeah. Have a good one. See you tomorrow.
See you later, everybody.